Insights I am revealing today will radically transform the way every narcissist interacts with you. Carl Jung, the pioneer of analytical psychology, uncovered a startling truth regarding human behavior that remains hidden from the general public. By the conclusion of this video, you will possess the precise language that commands immediate respect from toxic individuals. But first, let us examine the consequences of failing to implement this. You likely recognize the sensation. It is that specific instance where someone ignores your input, interrupts your speech, or acts as if your perspective is entirely irrelevant. And here is the typical human response. Most people either erupt in hostility or retreat into a quiet shell. Both of these reactions provide the exact fuel a narcissist needs to maintain dominance. However, Jung offered a perspective that changes the game. He noted that everything which annoys us about others actually serves as a mirror to our own internal state. He recognized that these manipulators aren't merely difficult. They are fractured souls functioning from a foundation of profound fragility. They are constantly testing your boundaries to see if you will reinforce their warped perception of superiority. Here is the reality you must grasp, and it might startle you. These individuals do not truly seek to ruin you. Their goal is psychological governance. The moment you perceive this subtle difference, your entire world shifts. According to Jungian theory, narcissists are imprisoned within the shadow, those rejected fragments of identity they cast onto the people around them. They operate from a place of deep-seated lack, needing to steal the light from others just to feel a fleeting sense of warmth. But here is the vital element most observers overlook. When you respond with high emotion to their antics, you are handing them a victory. You are confirming their suspicion that they dictate your internal peace. Controlling your reaction is the ultimate reclamation of your personal power. Jung discovered that the subconscious mind follows specific loops. Narcissists are instinctively hunting for a partner who will either yield to their will or provide endless theatrical conflict. So what specific words can shatter this cycle? The solution will catch you off guard because it contradicts common logic. Most victims assume they must fight fire with fire or match the aggressor's intensity to prove strength, but Jung suggested a different path. He compared the meeting of two spirits to the blending of chemical compounds. If a reaction occurs, both entities are fundamentally altered. Here is the specific statement that resets the dynamic. When a manipulator attempts to belittle you, silence you, or exert control, you must maintain steady eye contact and state, "From this moment forward, I am no longer participating in these types of interactions with you. Wait, do not leave yet." Let me clarify why this is so effective. Jung argued that every human action fulfills a specific psychological requirement. Manipulators act out because they are trying to manage their own inner turmoil. They crave outside confirmation to feel significant, and they manufacture chaos to feel secure in their mastery over others. But look at what happens when you adopt the Jungian method. By announcing your exit from their toxic loops, you are doing the one thing they never anticipated. You are not providing the battle they desire, nor are you showing the submission they expect. Instead, you are standing in what Jung defined as individuation, the journey of becoming a whole, sovereign person who refuses to engage in hollow dramas. You are essentially stepping off the chessboard entirely. This specific phrase is powerful because it achieves three goals at once. First, it establishes total finality. You are not bargaining, nor are you explaining your reasoning. You are simply defining a new boundary. Explanations are often seen as weaknesses by a narcissist. They are viewed as openings for negotiation. By removing the explanation, you remove the opening. Second, it starves their ego. Narcissists survive on engagement, good or bad, and you are cutting the umbilical cord of attention. Third, it exhibits psychological autonomy. You are taking the reins of your own mental environment. However, this is where most attempts fail. People often utter the words without holding the correct vibration. Jung insisted that the unconscious speaks through energy more than vocabulary. If you declare your exit while feeling bitter, defensive, or intimidated, the predator will feel that lack of alignment and persist. The key lies in psychological closure. You must deliver these words from a state of total completion, not performance. This implies you have reached a threshold where you simply refuse to trade your peace for their dysfunction. Jung believed that when we quit nourishing poisonous habits with our focus, we force the predator to face their own shadow without using us as a distraction. Watch what happens next. It is truly remarkable. The narcissist will probably descend into a panic. Jung referred to this as the fracturing of the false persona, the moment their tools stop working. They may label you as cruel, detached, or heartless. They might increase their aggression or try to use guilt as a hook. This is their subconscious mind frantically trying to repair the old bridge to your emotional energy. But if you remain immovable in your decision, something amazing unfolds. Jung found that when one party in a system refuses to play their role, it forces the other to either adapt or lose the connection. The manipulator can no longer utilize you for their emotional fix. They are forced to see that their behavior carries a heavy price. This is the death of the supply relationship. Some will eventually respect this boundary and change. Others will fight the limit and eventually drift away. Both results favor your mental health. But there is a deeper layer, the end of the compliant self. By refusing these talks, you are also ending the version of yourself that thought you had to endure pain for the sake of a relationship. Boundaries are the highest form of self-love and spiritual clarity. Perhaps you were conditioned to believe peace meant staying quiet. Jung taught that we often repeat painful patterns because they feel familiar. We are drawn to the chaos because it matches an internal frequency we haven't yet healed. Here is the Jungian blueprint for you. Accept that they need your reaction to feel alive. Realize that your engagement is the fuel for the fire. Declare your finality clearly. Use the phrase "from this moment forward" and mean it with every fiber of your being. This is about more than just silencing a bully. It is about becoming a person who is no longer a match for disrespect. When you carry this level of self-assurance, you naturally repel those who thrive on conflict. Jung famously said that until we make the hidden parts of our mind conscious, they will rule us like fate. Most people view toxic bonds as bad luck, but Jung showed we are often silent partners in them through our unconscious compliance. The second you realize this, the power returns to you. You stop explaining your worth to those committed to misunderstanding you. You stop debating your boundaries with people who have no intention of honoring them. You choose your peace above all else. This is conscious choice. When you reach this, narcissists often vanish because you are no longer a viable source of drama. They need an audience for their performance, and you have just walked out of the theater. So use the phrase. Practice it in the mirror until your voice doesn't shake. Embody it until it becomes your natural state of being. Watch the world change around you as you become your most authentic self. If this helped you find clarity, please like the video and support Winds of Thought by sharing this with one friend today. Would you like me to analyze more Jungian concepts for you? The path to individuation is long, but it begins with a single boundary. Consider the weight of the words you speak. Every time you allow a toxic interaction to continue, you are essentially telling your subconscious that your peace is worth less than someone else's dysfunction. But the moment you stand in your truth, you align your conscious mind with your inner spirit. This alignment creates a psychological fortress that no narcissist can breach. They may try to scale the walls with guilt or tunnel under them with gaslighting, but as long as you remain in a state of completion, their efforts will fail. Think about the archetypes we play in these relationships. Are you the martyr, the fixer, the victim? Jung would ask you to look at which part of your shadow is being fed by the narcissist's attention. Often we stay in these dynamics because they provide a sense of purpose, however painful it may be. Breaking the cycle requires us to give up that false purpose and find a real one rooted in our own growth. When you tell a narcissist you are done, you are also telling that shadow version of yourself that its services are no longer required. You are stepping into the light of the self, the central archetype of the psyche. This is where true authority resides. This is where you become the master of your own destiny. Narcissists are attracted to light, but they cannot stand the heat of a truly sovereign individual. By becoming sovereign, you become untouchable. Let us go deeper into the silence that follows the phrase. After you say, "I am no longer participating in these types of interactions," there will be an urge to fill the silence. The narcissist will use that silence to bait you. They might sigh, roll their eyes, or launch a fresh attack. Resist the urge to defend your statement. The power of the Jungian approach lies in its finality. If you explain why you are done, you are still participating. If you argue about why their behavior is toxic, you are still participating. True finality is silent. It is the steady gaze that says, "I have spoken, and there is nothing more to be said." This silence is terrifying to a narcissist because it represents a total loss of control. It is in this silence that your respect is won. It is in this silence that your healing begins. We must also address the fear of loss. Many people hesitate to use this phrase because they fear the relationship will end. And to be honest, it might. But Jung would ask, what are you actually losing? You are losing a dynamic that diminishes your spirit. You are losing a pattern of disrespect. You are losing the weight of someone else's unhealed shadow. In return, you gain yourself. You gain your time, your energy, and your dignity. The trade-off is always in your favor, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment of transition. The vacuum created by the departure of toxic people is eventually filled by those who resonate with your new, higher frequency. This is the law of psychological attraction. You cannot attract authentic people while you are still tied to inauthentic ones. As you move forward, remember that this is a practice, not a one-time event. You may have to say the words multiple times to different people, or even to the same person. Each time you do, you strengthen your psychological muscles. You become more grounded, more centered, and more resilient. You begin to see the world not as a place of threats, but as a place of choices. You realize that you are not a victim of fate, but a creator of your own experience. This is the ultimate goal of Jung's work. This is the ultimate goal of Jung's work, to move from a state of unconscious action. In the coming days, pay attention to your energy. Notice where it leaks. Notice who drains you and who sustains you. Use your new phrase as a tool to plug those leaks. Don't be surprised if you feel a sense of grief as you let go of old patterns. This is natural. It is the death of the compliant self we discussed earlier. Allow that part of you to pass away with grace, and welcome the new sovereign version of yourself with open arms. You have spent long enough living in the shadows of others. It is time to stand in your own light. Thank you for being part of this journey with Winds of Thought. Your presence here is a sign that you are ready for this transformation. The work we do here is about more than just psychology. It is about the reclamation of the human soul. Every time one of us stands up to a narcissist, the collective consciousness shifts. We make it a little easier for the next person to do the same. We create a world where respect is the baseline, not the exception. Keep going, and remember, the most powerful thing you can ever be is yourself. Authentic, sovereign, and completely at peace. As we conclude, take a deep breath and feel the weight of your own existence. You are here for a reason, and that reason is not to be someone else's emotional supply. You are a unique expression of the universe with your own path to follow and your own light to shine. Don't let anyone dim that light. Use the wisdom of Jung as your shield and your own voice as your sword. From this moment forward, let those words be the start of your new life, a life where you are respected, where you are valued, and where you are free. The narcissist may have had the first word in your life, but you and only you will have the last. Stay strong, stay conscious, and stay true to the path of individuation. We are with you every step of the way. Your journey to self-mastery is the most important work you will ever do. It is the work that changes everything. Now, go out there and claim the respect that has always been yours. You are ready, you are capable, you are sovereign. See you in the next exploration.